and gentlemen, Tony Chimmel here, the GOAT of ring announcers, and you're listening to the 601 Talk Group with your host, Richard Brown. Today is going to be a super show. Enjoy.
Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for joining the 601 Talk Group. I'm here with Savio Vega, who's making his Canadian return after many years to tour with Canadian Wrestling Elite, starting in Ontario March 17th, and then the second leg of the tour starting on April 27th. Fans in Canada are very excited to see Savio, and I'm excited to have you with me here. Savio, how you doing?
Hey man, I'm okay. Richard, how you doing? And all the fans that are watching right now, and the other ones that are listening, thank you for having me, man. And it's a pleasure, it's an honor. Work with CWE and in this tour, Point to Proof tour.
The Point to Proof tour.
Yes.
How long has it been since you've been in Canada?
Brother, easy. I believe 20 years since I left WWF. Finish with them in 1999, and man, till this point, did I remember coming to Canada? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe not, but I don't think so. And exciting to be in Canada again, and in this tour, Point to Prove tour. So let's see what point we gonna prove this one. Let's see what happened.
Exactly. Well, that's good. We, like I said, we're excited to have you coming up here. I won't get to see you until the end of April. So the tour, okay. Your Ontario tour starts on the 17th, and I believe it goes to the 27th of March, starting in Ontario, working your way through the eastern side of the province, and then you fly back home for a little while. You come back to Manitoba here. And then you start the western part of the tour, which is about, I think it's 16 shows in 16 days.
Yeah, something like that, yes.
Yeah, so you're starting here in my hometown of Rivers, which is a small community, about 1,500 people. So we're doing a fundraiser for the firefighters here in town, which I'm a part of. And this will be our third annual show. Something totally good, something different for the community, right? We always say, like, our fundraisers, we always do pancake breakfasts, or we do 50-50s and that kind of stuff. So we thought let's have a couple years ago, we said, let's do a wrestling show and see what happens. And the kids in the community absolutely love it. So
they love it. So hey guys, you got to come down, for the fundraiser, when if Savio Vega is going to be there, hey, come down. If you speak Spanish, come and talk to me.
Sounds good. You probably
if not, talk to me anyway.
Just talk to you anyways. That's good. Right on. So I actually was thinking back. It's been I think the first time I ever seen you, believe it or not, and I actually remember it clear as a bell. I was about 8 years old. You did a show. You did a show here in Manitoba with WWF.
Okay, I was doing Savio Vega or Quan.
You were doing Savio Vega, yeah.
Savio was doing Savio already.
1995, October 95, and it was the night that Goldust made his television debut. I believe he wrestled the night before in Winnipeg, but he come out to Brandon and he did the televised show there with Raw, and you were his first opponent. So
yeah, wow.
Yeah, do you remember that at all or no?
Man, so many matches that I have with Goldust, Dustin. So many matches that I have with so many people. In the past weeks, I have a friend of mine. Somebody is posting all cards from different venues, and he sent it to me, all the cards that I appear, and I have some flyers, from that era, 94, 95, 96. And but wow, it's been a long time. So many matches, so many miles in those canvas. It's sometimes it's hard to remember every match.
Most definitely, I could just imagine that would be very tough. So, I was looking back at some interviews with Dustin Rhodes and Goldust, and he really says that when he first got into his character, he never really understood what he was supposed to be doing and what he was supposed to be. Yeah. But he wrestled you quite a bit over, I guess, maybe the house shows. And there was one night in Madison Square Garden, he said that Savio Vega I told him in the ring that let's try a couple things here and see what happens. And he said it just clicked in the ring.
I remember seeing Dustin dress every Monday, every Tuesday when they do the other TV, and you see him, and it's like, I don't know. I was already busy with my other stuff, So this day I asked him. I said, Dustin, man, what are you gonna do when what happened? I see you dress all the time and nothing happened. He said, well, they don't know what they're gonna do with me. I said, what do you mean? And he said, well, I have an idea. I don't know. So before everything, when I tell him that, he said that can I talk to Pat? I said, yes, talk to him. So I was off that day, and here come Pat and say, Savio, Dustin's telling me that you have an idea how to work with him. I said, yes. So well, get dressed and you're gonna be on. I'm like, you son of a gun! I was free. I was off, and so I sit down with him and I interview him. I say, okay, talk to me about the character, and he don't know too much about the character neither. And I say, do you this, do you that, you're this, you're that, and he said, well, no, maybe, I don't know. So well, I say, this is the way I see it, this is the way that I see the character, and let's try. So I call the spots and I say, do this, do this, do this, and let's build it. Let's go step by step, and going step by step, boom, we got a son of a gun Goldust, big time there. And Dustin is, I mean, he's a great wrestler. I mean, as a wrestler, as a performer, even better, And good hand, good listen, good talker. I mean, he's a total package. I mean, look from where he come. His dad is, a great performer. Rest in peace, his soul, and his brother too. So they have that blood. So it wasn't hard to work with him. I never worked with Dustin before. I never met him before until we got together in WWF, WWE by that time. So, the idea that I have, I guess, was right. Work for the character, and of course, he put later did a bit more stuff here there, but all the matches that we have been, I mean, was a blast all the time. We got the people up. I mean, was good. So happy with that part in my career. That I helped that character to develop, and of course Dustin helped me a lot because I mean he's the other half of the 100%. So was a good work.
Most definitely, yeah. He was talking about how you got the heat. You helped him get the crowd just fired up against them there by you made him feel up the back of your chest or whatever, and you went to chase him around the ring, and the crowd just lost it on him.
Before I tell him go behind and when you touch me from my forehead all the way down, and that's when I realized what I said, what the hell's going on here, So I turn around, you son of a bitch. So I said, let's do it again. Now this time you come from the bottom up, and so I'm like, you touching me, you son of a cut, So we'll go behind him, and he said, I say, powder out, get out. So and then from there we start building. And we start added to the match. Every time we work in the ring, we add something new. Even we have the spot in where it looked like he kissed me. The character. Yeah, we have one part in where it looked like he kissed me with his gimmick, and the people was buying that. He was like, oh my God, then I beat the hell out of him again and blah, blah, blah. And we do what I have to do. Everything to have a good performer, to entertain the people, of course, and try to be the best match of the night, every night.
Well, that's great. So we'll stay on the lines of you helping people. If you read or watch interviews online, lots you see Stone Cold Steve Austin as well.
Yeah. Well, it's Steve. Steve, in the other hand, Steve come like I said, the same like Dustin. He's coming from a great wrestling career. He was working with Atlanta, Florida, Dallas. He was doing, his work in that area. And when I talk about Steve, I say that we study the same book. Let's call it that, uh, which was the basic wrestling. And so when we have the chance to work together, we just click right away because he was working with many people that I work here in Puerto Rico, and he was working with them in the States. So, I mean, the destiny put us together, of course. And when we have the first match in San Antonio, Texas, and when we click right away, I mean, it was a perfect timing for both. I mean, they hired him right there. He come to do his tryout. I remember Pat come to me. I was when I arrived, I checked the paper. I said Savio Vega against Steve Austin. So tryout match. So I said okay. So I was lacing my boots when Pat come and says, "Hey, Savio, this is Steve. Steve, this is Savio. You're working with him, and put it together." So I said to Steve, "Brother, I don't know you. You don't know me. Let's call it in the ring, and this is what I do, and let's do it." And we went to the ring, and man, that thing was so perfect. We have the first match, and we have the people going crazy in the first. I mean, we all just opened the show, and we went, we went bizarre. The people went crazy, and I remember I wait for Steve in the back. When he come back, I shake his hand and congratulate him. I said, "Brother, what a match!" Here come Pat yelling from somewhere, "Savio, Savio," and he say, "Savio, how was the match?" And I returned the question to him. I said, "Do you see it?" He said, "Yes." I said, "You tell me." "Look fantastic." I said, "Was great, brother." He say, "Tomorrow you guys work again." I said, "You got it." So now this is my philosophy, no? I said, when now that we touch each other in the ring, now we have the timing. So tomorrow we're gonna put more stuff on it, and that's what we did. We put just few things, not too many, because I still don't know him, and I was taking care of myself too. I don't want to get hurt. So next match, poof, another blast. Then from that point on, they hire him, and we work. I don't know, maybe to be honest, I didn't even realize how many matches we have together, but it was more than 100 matches.
Really?
Yes. I mean, we work every night, every week, all over the United States, all over Europe. I mean, we work crazy. Then I moved to Dustin, and I mean, was good. We have great chemistry between Steve and me, and man, but it was great. It's like the guys from Bump one time interviewed me and say, "Savio, how you feel that you have the bets, the first guy to beat Stone Cold Steve Austin, Triple H, and The Rock?" I said, "Well, feel good, but if they give me the money, what they making, I feel better, you know." And the guys were like, "Oh. I say, "Man, you give me the victory, and you give the money to them. What the heck,
Yeah.
So, I mean, that happened. So I have, at least I'm happy because I have a little bit of my stuff in those guys. I mean, I'm okay.
That's awesome. Well, that's really good. I know you just recently did an interview with Mike McGuire up here in Canada as well. He's got the McGuire
Yeah.
Wrestling Show, and I was
Yeah.
listening to that the other day. I listened to him quite a bit. He's a good guy. But
Yeah.
you had mentioned the strap match that the power went out in.
Brother.
You had to redo it a second time, and you said the first time was much better than the second
Oh
time.
yes, always, man. The first one in the dark. I mean, that was the real dark match, and we don't have no light, so was a good match. I mean, we killed I don't know how many minutes to try, waiting for the light. The light never arrived, so here come Bruce Preacher and say, "Guys, you need to start." So we start the match, and like I say, I like that match much better Then the second one was on Tuesday for Encore pay-per-view, because the people just see the first match and the last match of that pay-per-view, because the light never come back till the end. So they have to, redo everything. Uh, the only change for my match was the Ted DiBiase was already leaving to WCW.
Okay.
So they add the story where if I lost, I'm gonna be their chauffeur. If he lost, Ted DiBiase had gotta go. So they just had that part there, and so of course I win both matches, because it was a Caribbean match. It's like my specialty.
Right.
And we have a great match, brother. We beat the hell out of each other, big time. I tried to take care of Steve big time because he don't have no shirt, and I have to take care of him in some points. But on another that I have to hit it because you cannot work a belt. You have to hit it with the belt.
That's right. Yeah, that would. And the welts are there to prove that you're hitting each other. So.
That was leather for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you transitioned from I guess the Caribbean Savio Vega, or however you want to say it, to was it the Nation of Domination? Was that your next step in WWE?
Yeah. Well, I was from Quine to Savio Vega, then from Savio Vega to Nation of Domination. Yes. And I love the Nation of Domination because I love to be a heel. I love to be heel. So when they put me in Nation of Domination, man, I feel like home. I feel free. I feel good, And then later we moved to do the Boricuas, Los Boricuas, the Puerto Rican team, and feel a lot better. Why? Because I was with my friends, Miguel Perez. The first match that Miguelito Perez did in Puerto Rico as his trial was with me. And Castillo was already working. He would have already many years in the business. And Estrada was the last one, the new one. So all those three guys have, they're Miguel already have a contract with WWE by the time. I was already there with them. Plus, we choose who have the timing, who have the tools to be here. And those two guys right there have the tools to work the way we did. We communicate, just we look in each other. We work here in Puerto Rico so many times too that we know each other. So be with them in the road, make me happy. I was happy, to be honest.
My favorite match from that era, I think, was you did a street match between, was it the Nation of Domination and the Los Boricuas and the
DOA.
And the DOA, that's right too.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah,
was the wow.
Beat
Crazy.
The crap out of each other, right?
Yeah. Oh my God. You got too many people together. What's good? Good match between all those guys, and missing those days, man. Hanging with those guys everywhere, working with them, traveling, and was good. Good show.
Very good show. I really enjoyed it as well as a kid. You guys had a parking lot brawl as well, I think, with
bikes. Yes, we did one where we stole the bikes, and we burned the bike, and we dragged the bike with one of the cars, and that of course went to the Bizarre, and a big fight between all the factions, and come to the pay-per-view because we want to beat the hell out of Ron Simmons, in the Nation of Domination, because he fired us. So now you got the Boricuas, the Latino guys. You got the let's say the white guys with the gang and the bikers. Then you got the Nation of Domination. They're coming to take over everything. So it was a good faction, good work. Crushed, rest in peace, his soul. Ron Simmons and me. That Nation of Domination was strong, man. We have in one point, we like to have in the one point Ahmed Johnson, but Vince don't want it. He said, "No, you guys gonna be too strong," And I said, "Well, yeah, put it together. It's gonna be strong." So yeah, that made the rest of the babyface stronger because they have to fight against this faction, which is just big time strong. So I mean, he have his issue, of course. I never did that faction till I went out. That's when he put Ahmed Johnson in and blah blah blah. But I love G Nation of Domination, brother. Ooh,
Yeah, yeah, that was a good era for sure.
yeah.
Um, So I guess keeping it on WWE, did you work lots up here in Canada? Do you have any memories of being up here besides just it
I
being cold?
yeah. Well, I have one of the cold stories, but one of the matches I remember was Kwan. I was doing Kwan, and I wrestled PJ Walker, the Man of War, and I do a flip. I remember I chopped him more than 30 times as a joke. I mean, his chest was red as you as the bar right there. I beat the crowd of him, and I remember I did a flip. When I land, my arm went out of my shoulder. I got injured, and so I finished the match with my arm hanging. Nobody knows, so I just run after that to the dressing room, and Adam Bump and Brooklyn Brawler helped me to get a fix in. Next day I was already wrestled in the Madison Square Garden. I put ice on it. I put ice on it, and let's go. I remember Vince come to me and say, "Hey, I just read in a report that you got hurt last night." I say, "Yes, I'm okay." He say, "You sure?" I say, "Yes, I'm okay." I said, "No, don't worry. I'm gonna take you out of the car." I said, "No, I'm okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna work there." He said, "I'm gonna pay you anyway." I said, "Don't worry. I'm okay." So he want to take care of me. But I said, no, I work. I'm okay. I feel okay. That happened to me before. So I'll fix it, put ice on it, work out this morning. I'm ready. Let's go. And I did my show, and I remember another time we are in a bar, and I remember we stayed in a Holiday Inn. I can't remember what the city was, maybe Winnipeg. I don't know. I know it was snow big time. Heavy snow. So I drink too much that night, and I remember Taker says to the guy, "Hey, take this one home," So Fatu and Yokozuna was driving, and I just passed out in the back seat of the car, and I remember that part. I was gone, and here come Yoko, wake me up, hey. I woke up like he said, "Let's go," and I say, "Oh, and he said, "Oh yeah." He just hit the door, closed the door, and I come back to sleep. All of a sudden, I just wake up shaking. I was getting froze, so my brain says, "Hey, wake up because you're gonna die." So I start shaking. When the shaking wake me up, I open my eyes and I feel froze. That's when I try open the door of the car, don't open, have the lock. So I jump in the front seat, open the car, get out of the car, and I just running towards the entrance. So when I push the door is locked. And I almost broke the door. I start yanking that door, going taka taka, open the door of the hotel. I remember was the clerk. She's like, "Oh, hold on." You opened the door, and I just, I just passed next to him, go straight to my room, frozen. I was shaking. I took my clothes, went under the sheets, to warm down. Oh my God, and heavy snow. That's why coming back there here in Puerto Rico is in the 80s, 84, 85 sometimes, warm, and I'm moving to a freezer. It's like open my freezer and come inside the freezer. So I like cold, to be honest. I like cold, but not that cold, but I'll be there.
You're lucky you're coming this time of the year, not the middle of January, because it gets pretty cold in January. So
I see. I was watching. I like to check the weather everywhere that I go. And I have a pretty good jacket, pure leather, big time. So I'm gonna take care of myself.
Good. So Bret Hart, Owen Hart, British Bulldog. You got some good memories working with those guys as
Oh
well. Of
yeah,
course,
oh
those are
yeah.
textbook Canadian when it is a cut.
Beautiful
So
people,
good.
beautiful people, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Any good Owen Hart rib stories or any Baby Boy
Yeah,
Smith? Or, yeah,
yeah. I was hanging with those guys, man. Do you know Bret Hart? His first match was here in Puerto Rico, in Ponce, Puerto Rico.
right.
Bret, my first match as a professional, as a tag team, was with oh my God, I forget the name. Dean, I believe it was Dean. One of Bret Hart's brother, one of the elders. Keith or
Bruce Smith.
maybe Bruce. Yeah,
Right.
I believe he was here in Puerto Rico, and he was working for WWC Carlos Colon Company, and my first match as a professional wrestler with them, or maybe not professional wrestler, but was with the main company, televised company. I was with him as a tag team. So I was already getting close to the Hart family without knowing. With years later, uh, be in the ring with Bret Hart. Do you know that I have in WWF the match that I did as a Quan against Bret Hart? Taping was a TV taping match a week after we break the record ratings with that match
Really?
between Brett. Yes, we have that. Year 1996 somewhere. Time exactly month and everything. Right now, I don't have that info, but I remember when I come back and listen to this. I arrive at the building and right away I go check the list. When I see the list, I see Quan against Bret Hart. I'm like, okay, first hour before WWE, they tape one Monday 4 hours. First hours what tape, second hours live, third hours live, and fourth hours taping. So those two last hour, first and last hour is next week's show. So that's the Brett and me match. So when I arrive, I see my first match. Nice, let's go first hour. And of course, Brett always was late,
Oh
always.
yeah.
So waiting for him, first hour passed. I said, oh, okay, now I have to stay 2 more hours, waiting. So in that period of time, Brett arrived. So we set it up, everything. Let's go, ready to go, and we have a great match, man. Good match. Uh, Come back a week after, everybody's like, "Hey, man, congratulations, congratulations!" And I'm like, "Congratulations? What the hell are you talking about?" So that's when they say, "You guys in that portion of the show, you break the record ratings of Raw TV match. Well, that was a tape match."
Oh,
So I'm like, "Wow!" That told me right there that the people believe that Quan could beat Brett, so the character was strong, you know. So I was happy with that. I said, like, that sounds good. That's good. That happened. I worked with Owen many, many times. Laughed with him many, many times. Traveled with him. We stayed together too. I mean, I miss that guy, man. I miss it. To be honest, the first time I met Owen was in Japan. I was going to the street, and he's coming with Marta, walking towards the hotel. And right there on the street, one of the friends, Japanese friend, Masayuki Ando, stop him and say, "Hey, meet it together. This is Owen Hart. Owen, this is Savio, and how you doing, man? We talk to later." And then we see it, of course, on the bus and at the arena. That was the first match I met Owen. But man, what a funny guy. One time, a simple, I mean, he was so funny with so many things that every time you see him, you start laughing. And and uh, and Davey was another one. I love Davey, man. I miss that guy, man. Jesus. Uh, so every time we travel together, we stay together in rooms. I mean, what we know, we did a lot of things. So one time I was with Jim the Amble Neidhart, Rest in peace. His soul. We coming out of the Allentown, the university. The building is in like in a mountain, and you coming down. So what is the name? I was driving. Jim is next to me, and Owen's in the back. So coming down, I see a deer. So when I saw the deer, I stopped. We don't have deers in Puerto Rico now. Is some deers in Puerto Rico? Somebody bring deers, and some deers, everywhere, somewhere here. So when I saw the deer was snowing, I stopped to watch. I said, "Look at that." So Owen said, "No, let's go." So when I passed, he have the light on. Soon we passed the deer, he turned the light off and hit the ceiling. Boom! So I stopped the car. He started yelling, "You hit the deer! You hit the deer! Oh my God, you hit it!" So I stopped. I'm like, "What happened?" I was so dumb. And he said, "You hit the deer! Hit the ceiling." And I'm like, "What happened?" You hit the deer. And I just looked Jim, and Jim looked at me like he go like a, don't listen to him, man. Yeah. I'm like, "Are you son of a gun?" Now we don't have to drive too long. And I was laughing. I still laughing that. I mean, I love it. I love Owen, man. And in Singapore, between David, Owen, and me, we grabbed Dean. Dink, the midget, the clown, yeah. Dink, the clown, and we grab him and we sit in the chair and we tape it with duct tape. We put duct tape around him, between all three, wrapping him in the chair. It was a big, long hallway, and we playing with him, and oh my God! And till one of the, I believe it was Jack Lanza, some of the supervisors come down and say, "Guys, come on, behave! What the heck?" So we left him there, tape. And somebody just wrapped him. We left it. I mean, it was another one was the great one in the Vatican. We went to Italy. So half of the guys never been in Italy. I was one of them. So we talk and say, "Hey, what about if we divide the buses? Whoever never been here, go on one bus and we go on a tour, and the rest have already been here, so go to the arena or whatever." We not stay in a hotel that day because from there we have to go to Milan to pick up the plane over there. It's like a 2 hours ride or something like that. So we are right there at the Vatican, and Rene Goulet, he's the agent that went with us. And I remember before we get out of the bus, he said, "Guys, this is a holy place. Please behave. No bad words. I mean, be careful, please." We are like, "Yes, of course. I mean, we are not kids, So everybody went outside. Was nobody there. Of course, it's empty. So we look in here. We went in front of the Vatican, the big plaza, And here come the guys with rosaries, with statues and all, goods to sell. And what happened? We all got together, like a big line looking at what the guy had there. But Rene Goulet have the idea, and he have his money in his hand, and he have it like this, and he put the hands around somebody. He's like that. And looking what happened here. Now, all of a sudden, somebody took his money. So when he turned around to look for his money, there's nobody there. So he's like, "Okay, who took my money? Who took my money?" He's like French, Right. He's like, "Who took my money?" And he's looking around, and everybody's like, "What the hell happened?" We don't know. We're busy looking at that. Here come 1, 2, 3 kid from one of the cafeterias. He's coming from, I don't know, 500 feet, maybe. He walked a lot. And he just arrived next to us with something to eat. He have like a Coke, drink and something. He was eating something, and here come Rene Goulet, chop him big time. Bam! And he's like, "Hey, what the hell?" He said, "Give me my money." He said, What are you talking about, Rene?" He said, "You have my money." He said, "No, I don't have them. Your money. I was in the store buying something to eat." And I said to Rene, he's just coming from the store. And now he started blaming the guys that selling the goods. "You stole my money," and he started cursing them and saying bad words. He just told us 10 minutes ago, "Don't say bad words," and he was just saying bad words big time. And we are like, "What the hell?" And we looking for the money. He's looking for the money. He's cursing the guys. He's cursing everybody. He was, oh my God, I can say that here now. So he was, and all of a sudden, Owen say, "Ed, do you lost this?" That's when everybody realized Owen just pulled a rape on him,
That's awesome.
and everybody started laughing. He started laughing, after that because he was Owen, and everybody know that he was a joker. So after that, we took off. I have the chance. I have somewhere. I need to look for that photo. I have the privilege, and right there inside the Coliseum, have a photo with Brett and Owen and me, all three together, in inside the Roman Coliseum. And I have that. I have that photo. I need to look for that photo. I need it because I'm working on a book,
Yeah,
and that photo need to go there.
that would be really awesome.
Yes.
I think I seen a photo. I actually interviewed Mike Chioda at his home in Florida a month ago, I guess it was. And he has a photo of Owen himself, and I forget who else sits at one of those. It might have been in Egypt or maybe somewhere around you're talking. Beautiful.
Kuwait.
Yeah, maybe that's where it is. Yeah.
Yeah, we went. I know we went to Kuwait together. No, we never went to Egypt with that crew. I went to Kuwait.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's good stuff. I heard a story once. Speaking of Mike Chioda, you witnessed the bulldog shaving Chioda's eyebrow that one time, or both
Yeah.
his eyebrows.
And
Yeah.
this is in Germany. We have a show in Finnish, and we stay in this hotel. So everybody start drinking, have party. Everybody's happy, and from there we go straight to the airport. So everybody is in a bar, and let's go. We catch the flight in a couple of hours. So everybody leaving, they close the bar, and when we leave in, here is Mike Chioda sitting in one of the benches, just passed out. His head down, he's out, and when we passing by, Davey says to Lex Luger, "Hey, look at this," you know. So he sit next to him, poke him with the elbow, and Mike was gone. So he put the arm around Mike, like his friend, and shake him, and Mike is out. And he said to Lex, "Please go get my clippers," you know. And I turn my back, get my clippers. So Lex went up, come down. He took the hat off. He looked at him and he started, he started shaving. Oh my God. I'm there like I can do nothing. I'm like, oh my God. I said, well, killing him, but he's just shaving and he come to the eyebrows. Yeah. And Mike is gone. He's out. I mean, he don't feel nothing. All of a sudden, they wake him up. I said, brother, is you okay? And he's already bald, but he don't know. And put his hat on. Said, let's go. And he went to the elevator, went to his room, and you could hear that. "Wah!" He just get ready, and he changed his flight, and he went home. He never said nothing to nobody. He just disappeared. He was from Europe, right there at Germany. He jumped in another plane. He changed his flight and get out. He just disappeared. He never showed up till I don't know when.
You
Wow,
hear
crazy.
stories of the bulldog doing it to the 1-2-3 kid as well, I think, and he got an action figure made of him the next day, and he's got no eyebrows on his action figure.
That happened before me to arrive in the company.
Oh yeah, right
But
on. Good.
brother, I mean, it was brutal.
It's awesome. It's good stuff. So
yes.
So what can the fans what can the fans expect from Savio Vega and CWE?
Well, man, exciting to be there in the first place. To come back to Canada. Let's see what happenens. Let's see if Savio Vega have some gas in the tank. You know, I want to do a great performer there for all the fans. Try to be the best match of the night every night. So guys, be there. Ontario is the house. Tio Savio Vega is going to be there since March 17. Guys, please be there. Tio Savio Vega is going to be there. Also, one second. All those fans that love to collect and they love. I'm gonna bring some pictures, of course, photos that they never see it before, and I'm gonna have that photo right there that you see in the bottom.
There you go.
Sorry, yeah, that one there, and the one that you have right here on the screen too. Oh, yeah. I have a different way, but look at this. I'm gonna bring the Tio Savio Vega doll. I'm gonna be my new doll right there. Awesome. So the ones that want to collect, I like to the dolls. I'm gonna have Tio Savio Vega's new doll in Ontario. So be there, guys. Perfect. I don't want to come back with all these dolls again. So awesome. I want to sell it there. Awesome. So I'm gonna have some pictures. I'm gonna have the doll, and also I want the guys to tune on YouTube. Get on YouTube, guys, and check IWA Puerto Rico. Go there in the bar. You type IWA, which is this IWA Puerto Rico, IWA Puerto Rico, or IWAPuertoRico.com, and you follow all the info there. But every Saturday at noon, Puerto Rico is the same time in Toronto, Eastern time right now. You could check at noon. Is Impacto Total, which is a total impact in Spanish. In English, of course. Every Saturday at noon is a new show from my company. This is my company, IWA Puerto Rico. Check on it. And, of course, the voiceovers is in Spanish, but you could check on the settings and change the closed caption in English. And you could read what the guy says in Spanish and going to be in English. So every Saturday at noon, you have an appointment with IWA Puerto Rico and check what's happened here in Puerto Rico in my company. You're going to see guys from the States. You're going to see local guys. Good wrestling. Check on it. You're going to be entertained every Saturday at noon in Total Impact in YouTube, IWA Puerto Rico.
That's awesome. I'll throw a link up here underneath when I post this to YouTube so people can check that out as well. It's really good content. I've watched some matches on there recently just to get familiar with it, and since you're coming up here, and so that's definitely, maybe you'll see somebody from CWE heading down there in the future.
You never know. Of course,
some shows, so.
You never know.
Right on. Looking forward to meeting you in person, and we'll see you on the 27th in Manitoba. Have a good tour in Ontario, the first leg. So. Thank you very much.
This Sunday is going to be rock and roll with Savio Vega, dancing, merengue, salsa, and bachata. Oye, a toda la gente que me está viendo ahora mismo, Tio Savio Vega va a estar en Ontario, Canadá. Vamos a estar en un tour pasándola muy bien desde el 17 al 26 por allá. Voy a estar en Ontario en el frío, así que tú eres hispano. Saludo a Tio Savio Vega. Chequea la CWE Canadian Wrestling Elite. Busca esa información para que veas dónde nos estamos presentando. Así que, gente, Dios me los bendiga mucho. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Like Savio Vega say in Spanish, a mi manera para la calle, which is my way or the highway.
Awesome. Thank you.
Take care.